You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out.
Tinesha Cherry is an author, a poet, a motivational speaker, a leadership trainer, a life coach, an entrepreneur, and a federal law enforcement officer at the management level, senior management level. I have this story, this background about, my life and my childhood and so on and so forth. And it's just a story of a lot of challenges and overcoming a lot of obstacles and adversity. And so I took that story and I put it in a book. And I also told, along with the story of the obstacles and challenges that I faced in my life, I gave, I gave feedback on how I overcame those obstacles and challenges and how I was able to move towards down a path of success. Well, I always start out by telling people, as far as my challenges, I start out by saying that, my mother was addicted to heroin. I was born with heroin in my system. My earliest childhood memory was living in an abandoned apartment building where we used to have to take old food cans and put them on the windowsill just to get water to drink. We went from place to place, always just never in one place for a very long time. And one of the things that really stand out to me about my childhood is I remember me spending more time with my mother than my brother and sister did at that time, only because my brother's family came for him because the circumstances were so bad and the conditions were so bad that my brother's family came for him. My brother's father's family came for him. My sister's father's family came for her, but there was nobody to come for me because I don't know who my father is. I've never met my father. I don't know his name, and so on and so forth. And so, at that time, it was just, I was like on that roller coaster ride with her. As I got off my knees and I began to stand, I realized that self-hatred and self-destruction went hand in hand. By controlling me mentally and emotionally too, I do to myself what they wouldn't have to do. My audience is everyone. I've spoken to a very diverse group of people in my time as far as speaking is concerned. I speak to young people, I speak to older people, I speak to people who are well-to-do, I speak to people who are not well-to-do. It seems as if, somebody, no matter what their background is, they seem to find motivation in my story, and my delivery style, and my message. When I think about the audience that I relate to the most would be the audience that has had many obstacles and challenges and faced extreme adversity, because I believe that I can assist them with understanding that where you come from, it doesn't dictate where you're going. And I can help them understand that they are the author of their own story. And just because their life started one way, it doesn't mean that they're destined for failure, because you can shape your story into whatever you want it to be. And I try to use myself and my life example to serve as an example for people, to show them the way, really.
I'm gonna tell you what, because if you let the world set expectations for you, they will start low and they will stay low. And that's it. At the end of the day, I don't let anybody put me in a box and tell me what I cannot do or what I cannot accomplish. You know what? I don't let anybody tell me that because I came from nothing, I cannot accomplish any and everything. And all those things I talked about earlier, being all those things and playing all those roles, that's all good. But guess what? I ain't done yet. I'm destined for greatness. I'm destined for greatness. You know what? I got a lot of fight left to me. You gotta pay up, man. Yeah. When your mind is made up, all you hear is fight, 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 fight. You can do it, fight, hustle, do it faster, go hard. You know why? Because that's all I know. And all my life, I had to fight. That's all I know. So when I decided what my message would be for you all here today, the theme was fight.